What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Maximize. Welcome. So today guys, I have officially had Ridley, my little foster puppy, now for a week and it's been quite interesting. Look at her, she's right behind me.
You're supposed to be off the couch.
She's supposed to be off the couch and I have no, look at her. So confident. Like she did it without a second thought. She's like, I'm on the couch. I'm gonna get on the couch. And it's like, you're not supposed to get on the couch. I'm supposed to be strict about it. She just melts my heart and I can't tell her no anymore. And it's only been a week. But anyway, so today I wanted to go over ZZ plant care. So I've had this plant now for like at least a few months and it's just one of those classic bulletproof plants that you can't ever go wrong with. It's so easy, definitely a low light beginner plant. So would highly recommend if you're in need of a plant to fill kind of like that weird corner that nothing else survives in, the ZZ plant is your girl for that one. So I'm gonna go over my hot tips for the ZZ plant and show you guys all the, I live in a zoo now, you know, with the foster puppy and, you know, Wesley screaming at me all the time out of jealousy. You'll get a taste of that as well. So why not? You know, day in the life in quarantine. It's great. Let's get into it. So this plant really does super well in low light. It really doesn't show much weakness, but it'll grow so much faster if you put it in bright or even some direct sunlight. Multiplies a lot faster. So if you're looking for a lot of growth in a short amount of time, put it closer to the window. It can certainly handle it. But if you want kind of a low light plant for that weird corner that everything else dies in, then ZZ is your girl. As long as you do not water it nearly as much if it's in low light. You really don't want to overwater it because it'll rot out the roots and you will have a dead plant. And you don't want that. For watering, you can pretty much give it any kind of water. You can give it straight tap, you can give it water, rainwater, any, you know, this plant is not picky. Like that's what I'm trying to say right now. Wesley is bored and stretching. You can give it any kind of water. And when it's in a lower light setting, like, you know, in the far back corner of your room or something, you definitely don't want to water it nearly as frequently. I would say every 2 to 3 weeks or so, you will water it. And then in the winter, maybe once a month. Like it really doesn't require much water, especially in low light. If you have it in really bright light or some direct sun, then you really want to keep an eye and check the soil every, you know, week or two. Only water it when the top of the soil is significantly dry, like really dry. This plant really likes to dry out 100% between waterings because, like I said, survive similarly to a succulent or cactus where they reserve a lot of extra water in their stems, so they can go a lot longer without water than a lot of other houseplants. So keep that in mind. Okay, for fertilizer, you don't need to fertilize this plant. I mean, you can if you want to, if you have some in your water already and you're fertilizing your other plants and you're like, why not? Then yeah, give it some fertilizer. But this plant most definitely does not require any kind of fertilizer, nothing special. This plant is just like easygoing, will do its thing. As long as you give it some water and some decent light, she's gonna do her thing. For soil, you want to keep this in 100% cactus mix. It really appreciates the fast draining soil. It'll take up as much water as it can when you water it, and then it really likes to dry out completely between waterings. You really don't want this guy to be drenched, soaking wet in water because it'll rot very quickly. It really doesn't require much work whatsoever. So really keep that in mind. Okay. I don't know what that noise was. That was kind of weird, but it was like, okie dokie? I don't know. It wasn't like an accent or anything. I'm just speaking in gibberish. I don't know.
Hey, bud.
Yeah. Another tip for the ZZ plant is its leaves tend to carry a lot of dust. So you really want to make sure you're wiping down the leaves every time you go to water it. And just with a damp paper towel or microfiber cloth, it's really hard to say that, or a dampened paper towel, and just wipe off the leaves every once in a while because it's kind of like the rubber tree where it just like collects dust, like so much dust, but the leaves will look so much shinier and so much more attractive if you just wipe it down every once in a while. I don't know why there's so much dust in my house. It's only on my plants and well, obviously everywhere in my furniture. but it's just like so dusty. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, am I just creating dust, you know, by being home all the time? I don't know how this works. But anyway, wipe the leaves of your ZZ plant. It helps cleanse kind of their pores a little bit if you want to compare it to human faces. Or what, you know, skin. If you clean the surface, it'll be able to collect more sunlight, more photosynthesis can happen, and it will have more food and happiness. So that's why you want to clean the leaves, guys. So I've been keeping our ZZ plant on the furthest nightstand from our window, and it's right next to our corn plant and then right next to the makeshift dog crate area for little Ridley. That's temporary. It loves this spot. It's just been doing so well. It's like greener than ever. I put it in this cover pot just to make it look a little zestier and cooler, and then their little coaster here. It just sprouted this new stem right here, so I don't think it's going to grow another one for a while. The closer you put it to the window, the more growth it will put on, so you can really count on that. I just have a random horse painting. Just thought I should acknowledge that. Ridley is chewing her bone. Good girl. And Wesley is sitting on the couch looking like a little fur pillow. Wesley. Wesley.
Woo, say goodbye.
Oh, no, not on the couch. Go to your bed. Look at this bed. Wouldn't you want to sleep in that bed? I would. And she's just like, no, I want the uncomfortable couch. Yeah, this is it. This is her. So anyway, guys, those are my hot tips on the ZZ plant. It's like really short and sweet. This plant is so easygoing. Really, it can handle a lot of abuse or neglect, but please don't do that. That's only like a emergency type, you know, like, oh my god, I forgot about, you know, this plant. Like a once in a while thing. Don't like constantly abuse it. But anyway, it's a very easy plant, good in low light situations. I would highly recommend it for beginners as a first time plant. Super great. It is a toxic plant. You don't want your animals to be able to chew on it. Keep it somewhere where they cannot get to it because it is toxic. I hope this video was helpful, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like, please comment, and let me know what you want to see. And please turn on that notification bell so you know every time I post. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!